I want to talk about internet censorship. I want to talk about YouTube in specifics, but this also applies somewhat to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere that there is a supposed platform in place that allows people to speak and have control over what they say. We're seeing a lot of these platforms that identifies platforms and get funding as platforms or get taxed as platforms or get benefits from being a platform act as publishers and decide who they're going to silence, who they're going to ban, who they're going to remove based on things that they say that is not illegal or against the law in any way. Understandably, if you are on a platform and you say things that are illegal, such as calling people to violence or releasing private information about people that lead to them getting hurt, understandably, a platform owner can step in and help push the law in the right direction. Once that's done, I also think that they need to submit all that information to the actual authorities that can then proceed to make the law enforced. What we are seeing, however, are platforms that are publishing instead of being a platform. They are doing acts of publishing, like a newspaper article would be done from a place like New York Times or Washington Post, where they can go in because they are publishers and choose what's going to be in their paper that week. They're going to choose which articles, what's going to be written about, etc. That is what a publisher does. That is not what YouTube is. That is not what Twitter is. They are supposed to be completely unbiased, and anything outside of the law they say that they agree with. We do not have laws that say you can't say the word gay, lesbian, trans on YouTube. Yet, the LGBT community is getting their videos defunded or demonetized, delisted, reported. When you search for these things, they're not showing up the way they're supposed to. And these are just keywords that show up whether they're spoken in the video because they have YouTube has the algorithm that can sense every word you speak in a video, or the title of the video has one of those words. There's been independent studies, and one has recently put out a list of thousands of words, whether or not it flags this response. Those words, there are some silly ones. Straight is one of them. Gay is one of them. Lesbian is one of them. And it's basically your freedom of speech is gone at that point. You're not a platform. You were choosing what words to allow on your platform. You are now a publisher. They're not saying they are. They're still swearing they are a platform and that you should be able to go on there and say what you want. Again, as long as it is not harmful to someone physically or doing something illegal. You have the LGBT communities grouping together, and they're actually forming a lawsuit against this. And for some of y'all that don't follow stuff going on YouTube and whatnot too much, it can sound kind of silly. YouTube is not just a video site. Not anymore. It's a business. And it's a business that has employees. Employees like random person down the street that makes a video twice a week. They can get full source income from this if they have enough reach and views. And there are people, lots of them, that either use YouTube as a primary or even a secondary income source. And the same is true with Facebook to a degree, Instagram, etc. It's a little bit more nuanced there, but it's there, and it's usually revolving around sponsorships and whatnot there. But on YouTube, YouTube is directly paying them through the use of advertisements that YouTube gets money from, etc. So if you've been sitting there for 7 years following the small guidelines that YouTube lays out, doing what you do, and all of a sudden nobody can search for your videos anymore, and you start looking at the numbers and you're not getting as many views as you used to. Nobody new is coming to your content. People that are subscribed to your content aren't getting notified, and you ask YouTube what's up and they say nothing, or they deny it completely for years. It goes on and on and on and on, and it happens to not just the left, not just the right. It's happening to whoever YouTube decides it's time to happen to. And that's not okay, because the lawmakers of our country, most of them probably don't even know what a YouTube is. Try to get a little country there. Point is, if they don't know what it is, how are they going to help regulate it? When they invite the CEO or a talking head from the company to come in and they ask them basic questions like, are you censoring content? They say, no, we're not censoring content. And they're not telling a lie. They're not censoring all content, but they are censoring some content. And they stretch these lines out and tap dance around for a few hours and go home, and maybe a couple of things change for a month, but then it just gets worse later. I'm here to try my best to bring our country up to where we are in the digital age. YouTube employees should not have to fear losing their job based on an algorithm change made by Google because they want to promote the word gay. We don't want gay in our videos anymore. Just the word. So for these countries, we're going to do it. I don't care about those countries, but this country, it should be completely off limits. It's not okay. And so let's work together on trying to get more transparency in the government and more actions taken. People like the far left, the far right, I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the normal right, the normal left, the normal center. We can work together and get a lot of things done. So let's do it. If you want a more specific example, Steven Crowder, if you go and look at him and purely watch the stuff when he talks about his legal battles with YouTube right now, and it's not so much of a battle, it's more of a plea that he does using a lawyer. He is the number one conservative on their platform right now, and that says a lot right there. He does a talk show at night, the night talk show, very comedic based, very heavily not the nicest things, but it's funny nonetheless. And he's been trying to just get YouTube to tell him what he has done wrong, if anything, when they come in and say a video does not get monetized. He's talked to Susan Wojcicki, the CEO. He's talked to the legal team. He has a lawyer on retainer, and that's primarily what he's been working on. And they come back and tell him, you've done nothing wrong. But now you can't get your videos searched because there's something. They're not giving him directions. They're not giving him specifics. They're not telling him, hey, it's because there's a flag in the background that's violent. Who knows what it is? He doesn't. That's his job. So they have employees that are working for them for money, having to pay taxes on them without getting the information of why their stuff isn't working anymore. Same thing with the trans makeup tutorial. There was a guy that I was watching that was talking about it yesterday, and he was saying that this channel, same kind of situation. Their whole channel is based around teaching people how to put makeup on. And now it can't get monetized. If you search the individual's exact name, channel name, any of it, it doesn't come up till pages down. It is being suppressed, it is being pushed back, and other things are being promoted. If you don't believe me, the easiest thing for you to do is go look for yourself. As long as you're in the United States, you will see what I'm talking about. You can go search for news, and I guarantee you the top 10 videos are probably not even going to be close to the amount of views that you will see on some of the videos further down. Does that make any sense? You would imagine that the videos with the most views are the ones that seem to be the most prevalent to what you were searching for. But the ones at the top, I bet they're big corporations that used to dominate the cable media sphere, and now we're trying to do a late bid push for the internet sphere because they kept trying to hold out too long and didn't want to run on board on what the internet is. That's not the creators of YouTube's fault, but YouTube, the company, is bowing down to it because they have money. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I get at this point I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to cut it off. But I honestly feel that YouTube is abusing their workers and not giving them the security that a normal job should give you. You should not be afraid of going to work and doing a job, and you know how to do the job, but there's a tile somewhere that if you step on it, you're just going to be fired. And you're not going to be told which tile it is till the end of the day, or you're not going to be told that you got fired till the end of the day. And by that point, you've walked on thousands of tiles, and they're just going to say, well, one of the ones you walked on, that was the one that did it. You know you walked on a tile, and that's it. That doesn't even make sense for security reasons. It makes me sad. It just makes me sad. I know I just said I was going to try to wrap it up, but I just now remembered there's one guy, he seems like he's maybe in his young 20s. He makes historical videos based on history, out of history books, about battles or conflicts or things that happened in history. And that got demonetized. Not because it had the word Nazi in it or whatever controversial words going on right now. It was some battle I've never heard of, in a place that I've never heard of. Nothing out of the ordinary. It wasn't extremely gruesome, graphic, anything like that. He literally just posted the details, and it got demonetized. And the guy said he uses all his money to make 2 videos a month. And since one of them got demonetized, that's a huge hit to his income. That's what he does for a job. He spends days and days prepping, researching, editing, getting it ready for nothing to happen because YouTube decided one of the words somewhere maybe probably shouldn't be said, with zero information what to do to fix it. Not acceptable. Again, my name is James Strickland. I am running for president for 2020 as a Central Democrat. Emphasis on Central, pushing the idea of transparency in government and getting the country back to where it should be, as well as in the age of technology. It's not that complicated. But I need you to spread the message and talk about it, because I don't have money for ads. I don't have money for funding. I am literally just talking, and hopefully we can have a dialogue about it. If I said something that you think silly or wrong, let me know. Maybe you'll change my mind. Steven Crowder, right? No, I'm serious. You can find a way to get a hold of me down below. So thank you for listening. This one's a lot longer than the other ones, but it's such a big topic to me. Y'all have a good day.